just telling us how DNA forms a chromosome, essentially. All right. The purpose of this is because when we talk about gene regulation, next chapter, and how a gene turns on and off, this structure becomes really important. All right. So I don't know what a histone is, or a nucleosome, or those kinds of things. I'm not going to understand how a gene is regulated. That's really the purpose of this as we talk about it. Let me get this to work.
Protein is the
There we go.
nucleosome.
Let's try again.
In this animation, we see the remarkable way our DNA is tightly packed up to
Magnified
fit
100
the
million
nucleus of
times.
every cell. The process starts with assembly of a nucleosome, which is formed when 8 separate histone protein subunits attach to the DNA molecule. The combined tight loop of DNA and protein is the nucleosome. Multiple nucleosomes are coiled together, and these then stack on top of each other. The end result is a fiber of packed nucleosomes. This fiber, which at this point is condensed to a thickness of 30 nanometers, is then looped.
So 30 nanometers, a nanometer is a millionth of a millimeter. All right, so think of a ruler in a millimeter, and you can fit 1,000,000 nanometers in between the 2 millimeters. That's how small this is.
And further packaged using other proteins which are not shown here. This remarkable multiple folding allows 6 feet of DNA to fit into the nucleus of each cell in our...
And that's the truth. If DNA was stretched out the way it's supposed to be in a double helix form, it would be 6 feet long. And you've got to coil that and fold it into the nucleus of the cell. All right.
body, an object so small that 10,000 nuclei could fit on the tip of a needle. The end result is that the DNA is tightly packed into the familiar structures we can see through a microscope, chromosomes. It is important to realize that chromosomes are not always present. They form only when cells are divided. At other times, as we can see here at the end of cell division, our DNA becomes less highly organized.
It's pretty crazy. If I go back to
But histones.
histones, okay? Now, the reason histones are really important is because in gene regulation, it's the histone that the DNA coils around, and the histone can be what we call acetylated or methylated. You can put an acetyl side group on it, and that actually unwinds it a bit and exposes a gene. I can put a methyl group on it, and if I put a methyl group on it, it coils it really tightly, and now I've shut that gene off. So the way we regulate our gene expression in eukaryotes is basically what we call acetylation or methylation. Our cells put different side groups on that histone, which then unwinds and opens up the DNA so it exposes a gene or shuts it down, okay? That's also gonna play a role in something called epigenetics, okay? Epigenetics is a new study of genetics. It's been around about 5 years, probably 5 to 7 years right now, but we've got a better handle on it. And the idea is that we're finding that your lifestyle choices, what you eat, whether you smoke or drink alcohol, those different kinds of things, whether you exercise or don't exercise, will acetylate or methylate your DNA, which means you have the ability to turn your genes on and off based on your lifestyle. Now, why is that a big deal? It's a big deal because a lot of the genes that you can turn on and off based on your lifestyle are either cancer-causing or anti-cancer genes, okay? We're going to talk more about that. Now, it doesn't sound like a big deal, all right, but what we're finding, usually when you then form sex cells, these what we call epigenetic markers, these methyl acetyl groups, get pulled off, all right, and so then your DNA is what it is, so you pass it on to your kids. But we're now finding that sometimes those epigenetic tags actually stay on the DNA, which we're finding, for example, right now is we're finding that if you come from a family of smokers, for example, all right, so if your grandfather smoked, people that, even if you weren't exposed to secondhand smoke, people that come from that and their grandfather or grandmother smoked have 10 to 20% greater chance of getting lung cancer even if they don't smoke. All right, because that smoking put an epigenetic tag on their DNA, and for whatever reason that tag did not get taken off, it gets passed on to their kids. So what you choose to do with your life actually can affect the genetics and the gene expression of your children, which changes our whole idea of evolution too. All right, we'll talk more about that when we get into it. Any questions on that? What that looks like? So we're really going to be getting into